हमने routing भी कर दी, OSPF भी कर दिया. Now we're gonna build and test VLANs in a switch domain network, the 8th lab. So it's pretty easy. इसके लिए all you need is a switch and a few computers. A switch. I'm just gonna use 4, or we're gonna make 2 VLANs. अभी इनको गेटवे वगैरह आईपी देनी होगी. वी वोंट नीड टू गिव इट अ गेटवे बिकॉज वी वर नॉट गना बी डूइंग एनी राउटिंग. ज़रूरी नहीं है देना .168.1.2 बट स्टिल इन द फ्यूचर वी माइट, तो अभी ही दे देते हैं .1. अच्छा, फर्स्ट वन रन, सेकंड वन. Okay, so now that we have given every one of them IPs, if we ping, it should work. हाँ, successful ना. So the whole point of making VLANs is securing networks. आप ना, you make a separation between them. For instance, if I just separate these two PCs from these two PCs, so I'm gonna have to make a separate VLAN. So by default, if I go over here, switch की command line पे, VLANs are configured on a switch, so don't mix them up with the router. En show VLAN. As you can see, we have VLAN 1, which is the default VLAN, and sir is probably gonna ask questions about this कि हम VLAN 1 बना सकते हैं या नहीं. And the answer is no, we can't make a VLAN 1 because that's the default VLAN और वो already बना हुआ होता है. And as you can see कि जितनी भी ports हैं, जितने भी interfaces हैं on the switch, they are by default assigned to VLAN 1. So if we want to make a new VLAN, if we want to like separate these networks now, these PCs which are on the same network, if we want to have like an additional layer of security के ये दोनों आपस में बात ना करें, वी कैन मेक VLANs. तो VLANs का for this we're gonna have to make 2 VLANs ना. तो उसके लिए it's super easy. Go to config and VLAN 10, ठीक है. exit. You've made a VLAN. आपने VLAN 10 लिखा, you've basically made a VLAN. like show VLAN. ये देखो, this is the new VLAN which we've just made. पहले ये नहीं था, पहले default and 1002 feet default, default, and there's this VLAN called VLAN 10 which we just made. So if you want to name a VLAN, we can also do that. I'll show you how. config t VLAN 20 name wow. exit show VLAN. now look at this, ठीक है. 20 VLAN number होता है, it's 20 and it's called wow, ठीक है. तो you can also name VLANs 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. it doesn't matter. I'm doing 10 and 20 because that's what we did in our lab और वो मेरे हाथ पे बैठा हुआ है. तो you can this number doesn't matter, you can give it any number except 1 because that's the default number that's already made. You can't really create something that's already there now. Acha, now that we've made VLANs now, the next step is assigning ports to those VLANs. तो as you can see, this area, यहाँ पे हम switch को देख रहे हैं, FA01 and FA02. तो we're gonna have to add those two. config t, we're gonna have to add those two interfaces to the VLAN. We're gonna add them to VLAN 10. So for that, int range fa 0 and you write 1 to 2. Okay. Switch port access VLAN 10 exit show VLAN. Switch port access VLAN 10. We're basically assigning FA1 and 2 to the, मैं दिखा भी देता हूँ, show VLAN 10 to VLAN 10 ना. तो as you can see पहले यहाँ पे ऊपर थे, they were in the default VLAN 1 FA1 and 2, and now they're in VLAN 10. अब क्योंकि they are separated, this one is in VLAN 10, this one is in the default VLAN 1, they should no longer be able to communicate ना. अगर मैं इसको दोबारा से करूँ, let me see, इसको इस वाले पीछे से, it should fail, yep it's failing. अगर हम यहाँ पे गए ना, अच्छा क्योंकि I pinged these two, one of them should work. Let me just do it again. यहाँ पे it's getting confusing. यहाँ से यहाँ तक. Yep, it cannot. It's not gonna work. Fail होगा. It's sending messages, pinging, लेकिन यहाँ पे fail आ रहा है. You see, it's not allowed to communicate. That's the whole point of VLANs. You restrict communication on a switch level. हम इस switch पे access control list बना के तो नहीं लगा सकते. We can, लेकिन हर switches are like a basic part of every network. बहुत ज़्यादा होते हैं नंबर में, तो it's not advised to do that on a switch level. We use VLAN to restrict access. Next up, अच्छा I used this, right? int range मैंने किया था. I'll explain why you used range. Range मैंने क्यों use किया था. You can use config t, ठीक है. if I fa 0/3, ठीक है, and switch port access VLAN 20 exit show VLAN. अब मैंने क्योंकि सिर्फ int fa 0/3 किया था ना, that's the only interface जो VLAN 20 को assign हुआ है ना. Let's say कि you want to assign a bunch of interfaces at once, तो उसके लिए that's what the range command is for. That's for editing a bunch of interfaces at once. So int range fa 0 and then you give the range. So 4 से, let's say if I wanted to do 4 till 8, so if I were to do it individually I would have to do that 4 times. लेकिन if I just use int range I can just do it at once. Switch port access VLAN 20, ठीक है. Switch port access VLAN 20 exit show VLAN, and now you can see 4 5 6 7 8. I assigned these all at once. अगर मैं int use करता खाली, it would have taken me 8 tries. Int range basically allows you to edit a bunch of interfaces at once. That's it, or that's how you make VLANs, and that's how you assign interfaces to VLANs and restrict communication.